Hello everyone, and welcome to Epic Bowling Highlights. Today we are going to cover the PBA's recently updated rules regarding urethane balls. We will go into the reasoning behind this rule change, possible options, and the PBA's ultimate decision. Let's dive in. In recent years, there have been problems with the hardness of bowling balls used in professional tournaments, like the PBA Tour. The balls made of a material called urethane have been getting softer over time, which has affected the competition. Last year, in March 2022, the PBA made a rule that banned urethane balls older than 2 years. Then, in November 2022, another organization called USBC published a report about the hardness issue. This made the PBA decide to do their own study, and they even built a new lab for it. At the beginning of this year, the PBA announced a new rule. It said that all urethane balls used in tournaments must be made on or after August 1, 2022. This way, the balls would be new, less than a year old, and they must have a minimum hardness of 73. This rule was made because they found out that some of these balls were getting softer over time, which affected their performance. The PBA plans to continue testing the new balls made in 2023 to see if they also get softer, how fast they do, and how low their hardness level drops. They want to know if all the balls get softer or only some of them, and most importantly, if it matters for the competition at their level. Why does softness matter? Well, a long time ago in the 1970s, there was a rule made by another organization called ABC. They made this rule because some people were using chemicals to make their balls softer, which made them hook more. ABC looked at the part of the ball that touches the lane, called the footprint, and they found that when the hardness dropped below a certain level, the footprint increased. This meant that the ball behaved differently, so they decided to set a minimum hardness requirement to keep things fair. Normally, bowling balls don't get softer with use, but recently, urethane balls have been getting softer, which is a new problem. That's why it's important to understand this and see if it affects the competition, so it can be fixed if needed. Now that we understand the effects of urethane balls getting softer over time and why it matters to the PBA, let's explore some options to address this issue. Each option has its pros and cons, so let's evaluate them. Ban all urethane balls. This would solve many problems and remove any uncertainties. However, it may not be fair to players who have incorporated urethane balls into their playing style. It could also impact ball manufacturers who produce these balls. The PBA needs to consider fairness to both players and manufacturers when making this decision. Ban balls that get softer with use. Any ball that softens more than 3 over time would be prohibited. This would require continuous testing to measure the hardness change. It may be a time-consuming process, especially considering the large number of new balls released each year. Additionally, determining the exact number of shots it takes for a ball to soften could be challenging. Increase the minimum hardness of traditional urethane balls. Setting a new minimum hardness of 78 would ensure that even after getting softer with use, a ball would still stay above the required 73 minimum. However, deciding which balls should start above 78 might be difficult. Defining what qualifies as traditional urethane or urethane-like balls would also require clear guidelines. Increase the hardness of all balls to 78. This option would bring all balls under the same specifications, but might be too drastic since it would render most existing balls unusable. It could be challenging for ball manufacturers to create and test new equipment, while players would need to adapt quickly. Maintain the current rules and conduct extensive testing. This has been the approach in the past, but it is not ideal. While it may seem like players are trying to cheat if their balls test below the minimum hardness, it's not entirely their fault. Removing the rule that allows testing the next day would be logical. However, this option could result in many traditional urethane balls failing the minimum hardness, making them essentially unusable. Do nothing. Leaving the rules as they are and allowing balls to get softer over time without any consequences is not fair or suitable for high-level competition. The PBA should take action to address this issue. Implement stricter testing for balls. Any ball that falls below 71 through field testing would be removed from competitions. This would require ongoing testing and investigation of ball lines to determine if they are softening over time. New balls would need to meet specific criteria to be considered urethane-like or fall under the standard category. Set a date requirement for all balls. Starting from January 6, 2024, all balls used in the PBA National Tour must be manufactured on or after August 1, 2022. This ensures that all balls meet the minimum hardness rule. However, this change would need to be implemented alongside another option. Consider changes for other PBA tours and programs. To maintain fairness and consistency, similar changes may be necessary for other PBA tours, such as the Regional, PBA 50, PBA 50 Regional, and PBA Youth Tours. However, these changes would not apply to PBA LBC leagues or tournaments. PBA decision. The PBA has decided to raise the minimum hardness of traditional urethane and urethane-like balls to 78, effective from January 6, 2024. This decision is based on data showing multiple traditional urethane balls testing below the current minimum hardness. Any balls falling into the urethane-like category would need to meet this new minimum hardness. Balls that significantly soften over time or fall below 71 through field testing would be removed or banned. Additionally, starting from January 6, 2024, all balls used in the PBA National Tour must be manufactured on or after August 1, 2022. These changes aim to address the softening issue and ensure fair competition. Comment your thoughts down below. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.